After a huge argument on the day of our engagement, my fiancée unexpectedly took the initiative to make peace. She acted all cute and coquettish, lowering herself in every way possible, almost making me think she just wanted one of those fight at the head of the bed and make up at the foot situations, just a quick reconciliation after a quarrel. But the very next second, she asked if I could agree to let her childhood friend accompany her on our honeymoon. She said Makoto was suffering from depression and needed care and companionship. She said life was more important than anything else, and that it was just a honeymoon. Why couldn't I make a small concession? Anyone would think I should have immediately lashed out and angrily scolded Willow. But unexpectedly, I felt no anger at all. Instead, I smiled politely and respectfully as I walked her to the door. I even reminded her, remember to bring sunscreen, and don't forget your hat and parasol. Stay safe. My fiancée cheered happily, hugged me, and said, George, you're the best. I'll definitely make it up to you properly when I get back. But what she didn't know was that when anger reaches its peak, all you want to do is laugh. The weather was getting colder, and it was about time the Lou Corporation went bankrupt. Early in the morning, Willow, dressed in a red dress paired with sexy stockings, was sitting on top of me. Her legs lightly brushed against my waist, sliding upward toward my thighs. The moment I woke up, my blood surged. Suppressing my instincts, I reached out to pull her off me. But before I could even touch her, Willow suddenly panicked and quickly got off. With an unnatural expression, she said, a friend of mine has been feeling down lately, and the doctor suggested I take him out for some fresh air. She hesitated, then finally said, It's Makoto. Makoto, Willow's childhood friend. They grew up together, but in high school, his family business failed, and they had to sell their house just to pay off debts. After moving away, they lost contact for years. Until about a year ago, when they reunited. Since then, almost every argument between Willow and me had been because of him. She said Makoto had depression and needed care. What a joke. Someone who supposedly attempts suicide dozens of times a day, yet is still perfectly fine. Because of him, on the day of our engagement party, she abandoned me to face all our relatives and friends alone, just to go comfort him. I said nothing. It was obvious that all her affection this morning was just preparation, an excuse to leave smoothly. I gave a small smile. Then you should hurry and go. Stay safe. I got out of bed and went to the bathroom to wash up. She looked surprised that I agreed. After all, over the past year, just hearing Makoto's name was enough to start a fight between us, let alone agreeing to let them go out together. But she didn't think too much about it. Her face lit up with joy, clearly believing that the little sweetness she showed earlier was enough to satisfy me. It'll be quick, she said. Just 3 months. 3 months. Even our honeymoon wasn't supposed to last that long. Originally, I had planned to have a proper conversation with her today, either fix things or break up cleanly without wasting each other's time. Now, it seemed unnecessary. I reminded her again, remember to bring sunscreen, and don't forget your hat and parasol. I've already packed them. Then she asked again, Hubby, do I look good today? You look the best. That's great, I thought so too. She cheered like a child who had just received a gold star, unable to hide her happiness. I quietly finished washing up and getting dressed, then looked at her one last time. Come on, I'll walk you out. She nodded happily. Along the way, I pulled her suitcase while she held onto my arm. Gentle and graceful, we looked like a newlywed couple heading off on a honeymoon. But I knew her happiness had nothing to do with me. As we stepped out of the elevator, she suddenly grabbed my arm. I looked up and saw Makoto standing outside the building, dressed in a suit and holding a bouquet of roses. Anyone would think he was there to propose. Willow's grip tightened. I could clearly feel her nervousness and her excitement. Her eyes were shining. She really cared. I had never seen her look at me like that. All right, she said. Give me the suitcase. Don't let Makoto see you carrying it. I'm afraid it'll upset him. I nodded and handed it to her. She stood on her tiptoes, trying to kiss my cheek, but I stopped her. Don't smudge your lipstick. She beamed like a flower in full bloom, tapping my chest lightly. Why are you being so good to me today? When I come back, I'll make it up to you properly, to make up for what happened at the engagement party, okay? I just smiled and said nothing. She took it as agreement and happily ran into Makoto's arms. I could tell my compliance made her happy. She even thought making it up for the engagement party would be enough. Before, she always had countless excuses to reject me, or simply didn't feel the need to explain at all. As I watched her walk away with Makoto, arm in arm, something inside me finally settled. I thought it would hurt. I thought it would tear me apart. But this time, there was nothing. If I'm lucky to have her, that's a blessing. If I lose her, that's just life. I choose to let go. I choose to free myself. I won't wait for her anymore. After returning home, I looked around the wedding apartment. Memories flashed through my mind like a slideshow, until everything froze on the image of Willow running toward Makoto. After a long time, I shook my head and smiled bitterly, pushing those scenes away. It was only while packing that I realized everything in this apartment had been arranged by me alone. When I tried to find something Willow had done, there was nothing. Not a single thing. I packed only my belongings. As for Willow's things, I had someone else pack them and send them to her old apartment. The rest of the wedding home, I handed over to an agency. Back in university, it had been love at first sight for me. But she didn't like me at all. It was only after I persisted that she agreed to date me. There was nothing special about it. Just that I was willing to spend money and lower myself to please her. Whether it was the money I spent at the beginning or the feelings that came later, I always treated her with endless patience. Because of that, even though my family didn't understand or support me, they still respected my choice. Until the day of our engagement party. After receiving a phone call, she simply grabbed her bag and said, "Something happened to Makoto," and then, right in front of everyone, she ran off to another man. Just because her best friend called, saying Makoto was about to commit suicide. That night, by the time I finished handling everything, it was already late. I called her countless times, but couldn't get through. She didn't come home until the next afternoon. I immediately expressed my displeasure, but Willow didn't even let me finish before snapping at me. "Makoto has severe depression. What if something happened to him? Could you take responsibility for that? Could you at least have a little empathy?" At that moment, I finally understood. Everything her best friend Sophia had told me was true. In the photos Sophia sent me, Willow was hugging Makoto like they were reunited lovers. What Willow felt for Makoto wasn't sympathy. In her eyes, even my so-called love couldn't compare to a single word from Makoto about suicide. So this time, I didn't lower my head and give in like I used to. I chose silence. My silence only made Willow angrier. She smashed the wedding apartment I had arranged into pieces, then sat there crying pitifully by herself. She was sure I would feel sorry for her, that I would humble myself, apologize, and once again try to win her back with jewelry, bags, and gifts. But this time, I didn't. I just watched her smash things. Watched her cry. Then I picked up my charger and laptop bag, walked into the guest bedroom, locked the door, and went to sleep. That night, I slept deeply, one of the rare nights in recent years where I truly felt at peace. From that day on, I knew I would always be able to sleep peacefully. And today, I was woken up by her teasing. The moment I opened my eyes and saw her, I knew she had something to say. As expected, for the sake of going on a 3-month trip with Makoto, she lowered herself and made a trade with me. Nothing more than her version of charity. She just didn't want me interfering with her good time. Still, I thought it was necessary to let her know about her luggage. I called her. "I've already sent your things to your old apartment." Before I could finish, her impatient voice came through the phone, mixed with heavy breathing and curses. "Are you crazy, George? I told you I'm busy." There were some unspeakable sounds on the line. After a pause, she continued, "If you want to redecorate, do it yourself. Don't bother me for the next 3 months, or I'll divorce you." Then she hung up. I shook my head. Divorce? Willow and I hadn't even registered our marriage. At most, it was just a breakup. No need to make it so complicated. After resigning from the HR department at my company, I walked out under the bright blue sky, feeling unexpectedly light. Finally, I could leave this suffocating place that had trapped me for 5 years. If it weren't for Willow, I would never have stayed in City A like a fool, waiting for 5 long years. Looking back now, Whether it was enjoying life freely or going back to inherit the family business, either option would have been far better than staying here for her. Originally, I planned to go home after graduation. But she insisted I join her father's company to gain experience, so I could make a good impression, win his approval, and then reveal our relationship. Otherwise, she would threaten to break up. I never expected this so-called experience to last 5 full years. 5 years, on a salary of 4,500 yuan a month. With my ability, even without inheriting the family business, I could have easily earned 30K elsewhere. As for her father, forget about winning his approval. I barely saw him more than a few times. In the 3rd year, our project made a lot of money, and the team leader recommended me for the highest raise. When Willow found out, she blew up, publicly accusing him of favoritism. When I tried to argue, she cut me off. Just because of our relationship, do you expect special treatment? I tried to reason with her, but she interrupted again. Are you trying to live off a woman? You know I hate men who depend on women. If you want a promotion, earn it yourself, not by flattering your boss. So I said nothing. I distanced myself emotionally and focused entirely on my work, trying to prove myself through results. But it wasn't until she brought Makoto into the company, and within just 2 months had her father promote him to vice president, that I finally woke up. It was never about my ability. She simply didn't care about me. I shook off those thoughts, took a deep breath, grabbed my suitcase, and headed to the airport. As soon as I reached the 2nd floor waiting area, I ran into Willow. She was holding Makoto's jacket, something she had never done for me. Pretending not to notice, I walked toward the boarding gate. But she stepped in front of me, blocking my way, then turned and glared at Sophia. George, what are you doing here? Did you force Bing Bing to tell you where I was again? Her voice was loud. I rubbed my ears impatiently. I quit my job. I'm looking for a new one. Her voice immediately shot up. Quit. You think ZX Tech wasn't paying you enough? Hearing her talk about salary felt like the biggest joke in the world. Makoto added with a sneer, Willow, maybe George is jealous because you're spending too much time with me. He probably just wants your attention. Otherwise, why would anyone quit ZX Tech? People are dying to get in. Ridiculous. But Willow believed him. George, you're getting more and more petty. How many times have I told you, Makoto is a patient. Can't you show a little kindness? I didn't want to argue anymore. Why are you still here? I asked instead. Their flight had been scheduled for the morning. It was already afternoon. Willow looked slightly guilty. Makoto answered smugly, I didn't pack properly this morning, so Willow helped me. We missed the flight. But don't worry, George. Willow booked a private jet. I nodded calmly. That was fast. I turned to leave. But Willow grabbed my arm again. Are you really that eager to see me leave? Where are you going? Planning to find some woman while I'm away. What a joke. She was the one entangled with another man. She was the one who abandoned our engagement party. She was the one going on a trip with him. And yet she accused me. I'm going back to the capital to see my brothers, I said. Her grip loosened. I gently removed her hand. Sophia smiled brightly. Brother Wang is just going out to eat with friends, Willow. Don't overthink it. Our plane's ready, let's go. Hearing that, Willow's expression softened. She pulled Makoto along and walked away, tossing back casually, George, stop messing around. After you're done, hurry back to work. When you return, I'll have my dad promote you and give you a raise. Watching the 3 of them walk away, Willow clinging to Makoto, Sophia glancing back at me with unreadable eyes, I almost laughed. Go back to work. Over the years, I had brought countless deals to Lu Corporation through my connections. Even if I did nothing from now on, whether ZX Tech could survive was already uncertain. When the plane landed at the Capital International Airport, Makoto immediately updated his social media. In the photo, he and Willow were holding hands tightly, fingers intertwined. Caption, wherever people in love go, they are always happy. A second later, I received a message from Sophia. Wang Ji, now that you're back in the capital, relax and have fun with your brothers. The sunshine in City C has its own charm. She even sent a selfie of herself in the morning sun. I replied with just 2 words. Looks great. After returning home and talking things through with my family, they gave me time to rest. And so began my life of indulgence. Fishing and joking during the day. Drinking, clubbing, karaoke, and gaming at night. I was happier than I had ever been. It turned out life without Willow was amazing. I remembered once, after an argument, I bought her a limited edition Chanel Snow White handbag for 150,000 yuan. She refused it, and sold it the next day. 150,000 couldn't buy me even a single smile from her. Meanwhile, now, opening 2 bottles of Armand de Brignac in a bar didn't even cost that much, and everyone greeted me with smiles. It felt unreal. As long as I didn't love Willow, life became easy. Since the airport, Willow hadn't posted anything. Maybe she blocked me. But Makoto and Sophia updated daily. Makoto posted photos of trips, restaurants, scenic spots, with Willow always by his side. Sophia mostly posted landscapes, sometimes selfies, sometimes capturing their intimate moments in the background. Makoto's comment section was always lively. Such a perfect couple. When are you getting married? At first, colleagues would tag me under those posts. Later, Willow even liked them, never denying anything. She once said we couldn't reveal our relationship because it might look like I got my position through favoritism. Even after our engagement, we stayed hidden. But now, she gave Makoto everything I had waited 5 years for. Watching their public affection, if not for the humiliation, I might have even rooted for them. Childhood sweethearts, destined lovers, and my 5 years. Just a scar in their story. An invisible, ridiculous clown. Luckily, the girls in the capital's bars were beautiful, warm, and kind. Even without spending much, they treated me better than Willow ever had. For a whole month, Willow didn't message me, and I didn't contact her either. After unpinning her chat, I didn't even know where it went. A month later, she started texting again. George, have you eaten? When you come back, I want spicy crayfish. My dad keeps pushing me to work. Can you come back and help me? I ignored everything and turned on Do Not Disturb. Later, concern turned into insults. I didn't even bother reading them. After a month of indulgence, I officially joined the family business. During that time, I quietly informed all partners who worked with Lu Corporation because of me to slowly cut ties. No rush. Slowly was better. Half a month into the job, I was overwhelmed. My family gave me a company to manage. Technically, I was now a CEO. But instead of romance and leisure, I worked 14 hours a day. Meetings, non-stop. I practically lived in the office. One night, as I lay down, Willow called. Half asleep, I answered. I just landed. I'll be home in an hour. I want spicy crayfish ready. I stared blankly. Are you insane? It was 12:30 at night. I hung up and blocked her. She called again, from another number. Blocked. Then she messaged. If you don't apologize in 10 minutes, we're divorcing. Blocked again. Just as I was about to sleep, another call came. This time, from Makoto. Curious, I answered. But instead, I heard Willow crying. George, why did you sell the house? You promised you would never leave me. I froze. I thought it was Makoto. But it was her. For a moment, I wondered if I was hallucinating. I asked uncertainly, Who are you? Hearing the suspicion in my voice, Willow's tone immediately wavered, a hint of panic creeping in. George, it's me, Willow. Where are you? Have you been drinking? Tell me where you are. I'll come find you right away. Now I could hear it clearly. It really was Willow. I felt a surge of irritation and replied bluntly, Are you insane? Calling me in the middle of the night and waking me up. That house was fully paid for by me. It has nothing to do with you. If I want to sell it, I don't need your permission. With that, I hung up and turned off my phone, then drifted peacefully back to sleep. At exactly 7:30 in the morning, my alarm rang. To make sure I didn't oversleep, I had both my phone alarm and a mechanical one set. After washing up, right at 8 o'clock, I heard my assistant Anna open the office door. I stepped out, and Anna greeted me with a bright smile. "Good morning, President Wong. Today's breakfast: quail egg buns, tomato and mushroom soup, yam and lean pork congee, and 7 steeped jasmine black coffee." Anna was one of the talents my father's group had trained and assigned to assist me. Along with her, there was another assistant, David. Under my father's arrangement, they were not only there to help manage the company but also to take care of my supposedly helpless daily life. This week, Anna was in charge of my meals. After a sip of coffee, she had already laid everything out neatly. I took a bite of the quail egg bun and nodded. "Anna, your mother's cooking is amazing. This is really good." She grinned. "Thanks for the compliment, President Wong. Makes that breakfast subsidy worth it." After a bit of joking, she slid a tablet toward me, packed with today's schedule. Just looking at it made my throat feel tight. Both assistants were always eager to bring breakfast, not just because of the subsidy, but because my father counted early arrivals as overtime. By 9, everyone in the office was already busy. Suddenly, the door was pushed open. I looked up, confused, at the woman who walked in. The front desk girl rushed in after her, apologizing that she couldn't stop her. I waved it off. Honestly, seeing Willow standing in my office at 9 on a Monday morning, eyes red with tears, felt like seeing a ghost. Given her personality, there was no way she would come looking for me, especially since this was over 1,200 kilometers away. No night trains, earliest flight. It was obvious she had rushed here overnight. Her messy hair and exhausted face made that clear. I said nothing. Willow, crying, questioned me. "Do you know how long I searched for you? I asked all your friends before I found out you came back to the capital. Why did you leave without saying anything? Do you know how worried I was?" I raised an eyebrow. "Didn't you see me at the airport over a month ago? I clearly said I was going back to the capital." "You asked my friends?" I'd really like to know which one of them couldn't keep their mouth shut. Willow looked at me in disbelief. "Telling me where you are is called blabbering." I shot back, "Where's your Makoto?" Before she could answer, Makoto walked in, eyes dark, fixed on me. "George, do you know how worried Willow was when you disappeared to the capital without a word? Is this how you treat your wife? You even sold the wedding house. Now Willow has nowhere to go." His voice was loud. With the door open, the nearby employees were already listening. Since he wanted the moral high ground, fine. I laughed. "Makoto, get it straight. Willow and I broke up. We're not married. Wife. Don't talk nonsense and ruin my reputation. And that house in City A was fully paid for by me. Selling it didn't require permission from you, or Willow." Makoto shouted, "But you were engaged." I stood up, smiling, and walked toward him step by step. I was half a head taller, looking down at him. "Engaged? During the engagement party, you staged a suicide attempt. Willow abandoned all the guests to run to you, and then the two of you went off on a honeymoon together. So tell me, who exactly was I engaged to? You pretended to be suicidal dozens of times under the excuse of depression, yet here you are perfectly fine. Honestly, thanks to you, if you hadn't made such a mess, I might have actually married Willow and ended up in a messy divorce later." Makoto was speechless. Willow's face turned pale. I continued coldly, "And now that Willow and I broke up, didn't I conveniently make room for you? You've already gone on your honeymoon together, yet you still haven't gotten her to marry you. Maybe the problem is, you're just not good enough." Furious, Makoto swung a punch at me, but Anna reacted faster. She grabbed his fist and shoved him back. He fell hard to the ground. Willow rushed to help him. "Makoto! George, how can you just stand there while your assistant hits someone?" Hands in my pockets, I glanced at them indifferently, then turned to Anna. "Nice work. I'll send you a bonus later. Oh, and that Chanel bag you liked? I'll have it delivered this afternoon." Anna's eyes lit up. "Really, President Wong? You're the best. You're my god of wealth." Her exaggerated tone made my skin crawl, but in Willow's eyes, it meant something else entirely. She abandoned Makoto and jumped up, screaming, "George! Who is she?" I knew it. You found someone else while I was away, you bastard. As she lunged toward Anna, I stepped forward and blocked her. Willow, watch your mouth. Are you crazy? You cheated first, and now you think everyone else is like you? Anna is my special assistant. It's her job to handle situations like this. But Willow only heard special assistant, and that Anna was a woman. She sneered, so you're protecting her just because she works for you? Before she could move again, I pushed her back. What kind of nonsense are you causing first thing on a Monday? I told you, Anna is my assistant. I'm her boss. Protecting her is my responsibility. But you two barging in here causing a scene, should I have security throw you out, or will you leave on your own? Willow froze. She clearly didn't expect me to speak to her like that. All these years, I had always given in to her. But that was because I loved her. Now, after everything, I was done. She shouted angrily, "You're protecting her just because you're her boss?" Seeing her like this, I pulled out my phone and opened Makoto's posts from the past month, dozens of them. One by one, I forwarded them to her. People in love are happy every day, right? Miss Lou, take a good look. Look at all the sweet moments you two posted. Look at how your colleagues praised you as the perfect couple. When you were cheating, did you think of me, even once? You treated me like a backup ATM. Was I supposed to accept that and stay your doormat forever? She panicked, turning to Makoto. I told you to block him. Why didn't you? Anna rolled her eyes. Two-faced and shameless, and still had the nerve to chase our president all the way here. Aren't you supposed to be the princess of ZX Tech? The surrounding employees joined in. Yeah, what kind of upbringing is that? Shameless. Bringing her side guy here like it's nothing? Cheating and still acting righteous. Disgusting. Get out. You're disrupting work. Under the mounting ridicule, Willow turned and ran out in tears. Makoto chased after her. Willow, wait. I didn't mean it, I just forgot. Watching them leave, I turned back to the office. Sorry for the mess this morning. Lunch and bubble tea are on me today. Don't let it ruin your mood. Cheers erupted. Soon, everything went back to normal. Back in my office, Anna continued her briefing. I sent her the bonus and pulled up the bag she mentioned. This one. She glanced at it. President Wong, maybe just give me the cash instead. Even a third is fine. I chuckled. Don't girls like bags? She shook her head. I carry your laptop and documents. This bag wouldn't even fit anything. It'd be wasted on me. I transferred her the full market price, 80,000 yuan. Handle the taxes yourself. Now go deal with ZX's partners. She lit up. So it's finally time for Lu Corporation to collapse? I rolled my eyes. I'm not nuking a mosquito. No need to rack up favors. Just stir things up, take what we can, make their life difficult. Leave them barely breathing. She nodded and noted everything down, then hesitated. What is it? I asked. She took a breath. President Wong, are you sure? If we do this, ZX might. I cut her off. Willow just called you a homewrecker, and you're defending her? She shook her head. I'm just saying, this is a point of no return. I understood. Don't worry. I'm not going back to her. Anna nodded. Then I'll proceed. She left with a smile. By afternoon, she reported that Willow and Makoto had already flown back to City A. Over the next 3 months, life was smooth. With Anna and David handling things, I didn't even need to sleep in the office anymore. One evening, after a company celebration, David took the team to karaoke. I had drunk too much, so I went home early. Anna drove me back. As I opened the door, I saw someone standing outside. My vision blurred, but Anna leaned in. It's Miss Lou. I frowned. Miss Lou? Which client is that? Willow spoke, her voice trembling. George. It's me. Anna tightened her hold on me, her tone dripping with sarcasm. That's your former life's stain, sir. Willow snapped. You bitch. What nonsense are you saying? That snapped me sober. What are you doing here? I asked coldly. After everything Anna had done over the past 3 months, Lu Corporation should have been in chaos. But instead of lashing out, Willow looked at Anna bitterly, then at me. George, can we talk? Just the two of us. There's nothing left to talk about. She hesitated, uneasy. It's not like that, George. We shouldn't have ended up like this. I asked, where's Makoto? At the mention of his name, the color drained from her face. I loosened my tie, tossed it to Anna, and said coldly, he took ZX's shares, ZX's money, and started his own company, one that just happens to be almost identical to ZX's. And now that company is turning around and biting you. Willow, you really outdid yourself. You let him leech off ZX all this time, and not only did you not expose him, you actually helped him do it. Before I could finish, Willow reached out to grab my hand, but Anna stepped forward and blocked her. Miss Lu, please have some self-respect. Willow snapped. Who the hell do you think you are, standing between me and my husband? Anna fired back instantly. Husband? Where's your marriage certificate? He's my boss, my personal god of fortune. Willow went silent. Because the truth was, we had only broken up. There was no marriage certificate. But Anna wasn't done. She pushed even further. Miss Lu, rushing over to my boss like this, what do you want? To rekindle old flames? Or are you just after his money? You were the one who wanted everything. And now you think you can just show up and act like nothing happened? Please. My boss is young, handsome, and rich. There's a line of women waiting to date him. Stop embarrassing yourself. I'm being polite right now. Don't make me stop. But Willow didn't seem to hear any of it. She shouted, you're saying all this because you like George, don't you? Let me tell you, he's only ever loved me. Then, almost proudly, she started listing everything I had done for her over the years, every sacrifice, every sweet moment. Even though I had already moved on, hearing it all laid out like that only made me laugh at myself. How stupid I had been. My parents had fought with me over this back then, and now I realized, not forcing me to wake up sooner was already mercy. The one who is loved always becomes fearless. Anna listened quietly, then asked flatly, oh? And did you ever cherish him? Then tell me, Miss Lu, how did things end up like this? Willow had no answer. Anna continued, my boss gave you everything he had, and you ignored it and threw it all away. A man like him, you never deserved his love. Her words hit Willow hard. She stood there, trembling, eyes full of tears, taking a few steps back like she couldn't believe it. She called my name softly, almost like a plea. George, is what she said true? I replied calmly, Anna told the truth. Even outsiders could see it. You couldn't, because you were blind. I didn't say anything more. I walked past her into the villa, and Anna followed behind me. We left Willow sitting alone on the gravel path outside. The next morning, Anna made breakfast like usual. I saw her step outside and speak briefly with Willow, who had apparently sat there all night. Not long after, Willow left. While I was eating, Anna told me she had convinced her to go. I gestured for her to continue. I told her President Wong doesn't like women who are weak and useless. If she didn't go back soon, Makoto would eat ZX down to the bones. And just like that, she left. I couldn't help but laugh. Anna really knew how to dig a trap. From the day Willow left, my world finally went quiet. Maybe she gave up. Maybe Anna's trap was too deep for her to climb out of. Either way, it didn't matter anymore. Because I still had a promise to keep with Anna. She once messaged me, George, it's been a long time. It's already been 8 years since we last met. I replied, Anna, my dad sent you to assist me. I didn't expect he'd send someone as capable as you. She asked, then, President Wong, do you have the confidence to return to the head office? I answered, of course. She said, then give me a promise, President Wong. What do you want? I'll slay demons for you, you just be my god of wealth. And I told her, of course. From now on, we'll buy 2 hams, one to slice, and one to stomp on for fun.